Hey, I haven't done a PoE video before, but I've been playing since Delve League, which was I think 3 or 4 years ago. Um, and I love skill trees and messing around with them, so I wanted to make a video on the new Atlas tree, and mostly for myself, so that I have something to look back on, like on the tail end of the league, see what worked, see what didn't work, compare my first thoughts to my final thoughts, and then hopefully give myself a better chance to have a better start next league, because I'll know what works, what didn't, and the sort of inner workings of how the passes actually function. But if, I don't know, I'm going to make the video anyways, so I might as well post it, and everyone else enjoys, then, enjoy. So what I like to do is just very traditional, just out and go, pick up currency and rare items and sell them. That's just what I find fun. I like running maps. And then for side content, my favorite content by a lot is Delve. So I'm going to be focusing mostly on delving and just doing very casual mapping. Casual, of course, being like probably, progressing through the atlas and just running, high tier juice threads at the end of the day, and selling any boss fragments I get, because I'm going to be playing a Lightning Strike Raider, and without a ton of currency, they're not the best at bossing. So I imagine I'll just be plowing through maps and then delving on the side when my sulfite's full. So to start off with, I'm gonna run straight down here through the Nico's 4%. I think these nodes, the 3% increased sulfite, and they're like all over the tray. I think they kind of suck, but these are the travel nodes, and 4% on every single map you run. You're running a lot of maps. It's pretty good, especially because it's something I want to focus on. And Nico missions are uniquely valuable because you can get um, sulfite, you can get, sorry, azurite, and then it makes it easier to do with packed energy. So I'm just gonna run straight through here and then grab the first shaping node. These are the nodes that are replacing effectively the Atlas bonus we used to get, where each Atlas completion bonus you get 1% of maps dropped in an area to be 1% higher, a chance, and now it's on these four shaping nodes on the tree, here, 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 and here. Because you can't go over 100 anymore, the difference between like getting, two of the nodes versus like three or four of the nodes isn't huge. So as you'll see, I'm not going to be pathing over to this one, just because I think it's way too many points, and 75 at the end of the day, with the amount of maps you're running, it's not like the end of the world. If like one of your reds goes from, you drop a 15 instead of a 16 or whatever, um, and yeah, that's my thoughts on that basically. So, but I am gonna beeline for this one, and then I'm gonna come back and get some juice. So the free strong box is basically an extra pack every map. So getting that early for bonus experience, potentially bonus currency items, and it's just guaranteed, so it's nice to pick up. And then again with the guaranteed, I'm gonna come pick up the Harbinger. It's just free, guaranteed every map. Gonna get some currency shards, just raw currency. It's nice. And these travel nodes are actually pretty sick. It gives you, the three of them gives you 60% chance flat for them to drop an additional currency shard. And then I'm gonna come right through here and go right down to the commissioned officer. Ideally, I can get this one as soon as possible. I'm probably going to juice first and see if I can still run over to get this on the first day, because whites you can basically blitz through. I mean, even with crap gear, usually fine to do whites. Um, and I usually spend some extra time before killing Kitava, either farming aqueducts for like a tabula rasa, and I think this league I might try just running around at heist around like 63 or so, trying to get some extra currency, um, and see if I can't prop up my build a little bit before killing Kitava, going into maps, doing the third lab. Obviously not in that order, but yeah. But this should be pretty quick, just to get all of these and then run over here and get this. So it should be able to be done as soon as I hit maps. Essentially, you're still going to be well within whites here. But I think the extra Kira mission today, which is the old Zana missions, is just excellent. And then 3% chance for additional mission on completing a map, excellent. And it's all for 1 point that you're already pathing to. I've seen a lot of people pathing through here, and I think these kind of suck. because it's 4 points and each of them are 1% for a mission, and this is 1 for 3, and obviously it's a notable, but pathing through here versus pathing through here, when this is gonna save me points down later in the line, and it gives you about 3% dupe chance. It's half a percent for each. I think it's just better than a 1% chance at another Zana mission, especially because it's going to be costing me so many points to run over this way as opposed to just going this way, as you'll see when I path out to the other stuff around here. Now, if you're going through the center, I think it's probably fine. Um, but I'm basically just picking up this for Kirak, and everything else I'm just gonna let rot. And we'll see how it turns out, but honestly, I think scouting reports kind of suck. Because I've never really wanted to reroll a Zana mission, because it's like, it's six maps that are usually like decently juiced, and obviously they don't inherit any of your Atlas stuff, but usually, especially for just getting Atlas completion out of the way, one of the six is going to be something you haven't done, and you get a chance at rolling like, collect a unique or collect a divination card or whatever. So I think this is going to be fine. One a day for free, and then 3% on top of the base chance. I think that's fine. Well worth a point and well worth rushing. And immediately after that, I'm going to come grab these. These are just the additional shaping nodes, and this combined gives you another 50%, and this one here on the left makes it so that Fortune favors the brave, gives you 10% of quantity pack size, which makes that one pretty appealing if you can get it for free off of Shaping the Skies. I'm not sure if the 3% for the free use is going to end up being just pick one from the map device and use it for free, like without charging the chaos, or if it's going to be more like the harvest ones, where you can basically get anything and it'll just show up on your map device in a blue and you can use it once. But if you got to choose, then it'll make Fortune Favors the Brave pretty great when you get it for free. You can just slam it on for guaranteed free juice. And then this one is for later in the game, but it gives you the favored maps increase, but it's mostly just for the 15%. So this gives you ball rushing this 15%, 75% total um, maps to drop as a higher tier, and free juice from the strong box and the harbinger. And immediately after this, my first goal is probably going to be to get a 6 link. So I'm going to come get the tamper proof, which means all the strong boxes I get are going to be pre-rolled and pre-rare corrupted. So they have a high chance of dropping a 6 link, and it also saves time on having to manually um, juice the boxes, whether you're using transmutation orbs or alch orbs, and the bonus corruption is just free juice for the boxes essentially. And then these travel nodes give you 6% chance for a double strong box, which is not nothing, so it's enjoyable. And then I'm going to pick up the 6% chance for it to be an operative strong box, which is just free scarabs, so good strong box. And then after that, I'm going to come and juice up the harbingers. So this has a chance, we don't know how much, but for the currencies harbingers drop, to drop as a full item. So that's effectively a times 20 multiplier on that currency shard. And also they summon 60% more, which is free juice, and 60% increased cooldown rate makes them a lot more quality of life to fight the harbingers. You don't have to sit around for as long, but it does make the encounters a little harder. So it's going to depend on where my build is right now. But considering it's mostly just going to be lightning strike is just mostly rares, it shouldn't be too hard, especially in softcore to trade to be strong enough. Especially I'd imagine it yellows at this point to be able to crush this pretty easily. And then this is the base. So we have every map is going to have a harbinger and a strong box. Strong box is pre-juiced. Harbinger, because of these travel nodes here, these two, you have 20% and then 60%. So 20, 20, 20, 20, 20. That's 100% for Harbingers to drop an additional shard. So they always drop an additional shard. Um, and then you have a 5% for additional one right at the start. And then obviously there's quality of life, and they can drop their shards as items instead. And every map you have that. So I think it's gonna be pretty sweet. Free juice, 75% chance to drop maps as a higher tier. Pretty good start. And then after this, I'm sort of going to specialize, and it's going to depend what I'm really looking to do. Um, if I'm looking to run Nico's missions, then I'm going to, like if I have a bunch saved up, I'm going to come grab the 10% for sulfide veins to be azurite because I'm going to be picking up a bunch of sulfide veins, so I want to have this as soon as possible just for free azurite. Um, the what's it called? The rerolly things for fossils, the resonators. You can buy those always with azurite, and initial progression on the mine needs a good chunk of azurite to get your darkness levels and your light levels up and all that. So basically, it's because you don't have to go all the way around and just have 3 points here. I think this node's like super sexy. And then if I'm gonna rerun them anyways, 1 point here for a 1% Nico mission. It's fine. Not mad at it for a travel node. And then tons of damage and move speed for each sulfite vein and chest, especially early on. It's just gonna make it feel a lot smoother to clear those missions out. I think this is sort of like optional depending on your build, but it's basically free because it's right next to here and it's only 2 points. I don't think it's gonna be worth it to come get these because the sulfite monsters don't give you azurite. This is only for veins and chests, and the chance, a 5% chance for double. Usually when I fill up the sulfite, it's not exact. I usually just keep running maps until it's totally full, or just under that, and then go run delves for a while until I completely empty that out, and then go back and run maps, fill it back up, sort of back and forth. So the doubling, especially if it's on the it's only 5%, and then if you're hitting it on the tail end when you were basically already going to be capped or overcapped, is just completely wasted. And it's only a 10% chance for that to be Azurite. It's not 100. So doubling the Azurite would be great, but 5% on 10%, it's not worth it for all of these points, at least in my opinion. Um, so those are the sulfite nodes, and then I think pretty early I'm gonna want to grab this, especially if you get to choose what the crafting option is, because I'm going to be checking into Abyss a lot later, and 50% increased experience and 100% more monsters. Tons of fun, tons of XP. It's good to get XP to sort of progress things, and then 1% chance to change the to get an Abyss. It's just free, nice travel node. I think this one is kind of a bait, unless you're solo self-found, um, which I'm not going to be because it replaces the suffix slot with the mod that says has an abyssal slot, and it's unlikely for them to be that good. So in trade league, I'm not really too concerned about getting this. I don't think the items it drops are going to be particularly valuable, but I could see definitely getting this in solo self-found. And then I'm going to run up. So there's two different options. If I wanted to keep juicing abysses, I would come up and grab this, and it would depend basically what I'm doing. If I'm still looking for a 6 link or more currency, or if I want to delve more, I'd come up here. So I think I'm probably gonna want more currency. So you come down here, and this entire wheel is item quant, so it's really sick for the travel nodes. Um, and then it's gonna depend what I want. If I want more sulfite, then I'm gonna want to grab these pretty much immediately, as soon as I come up here, basically. Maybe even before these abyss nodes. Just because I remember playing this on the tree. It was an old Atlas passive, and it's fantastic quality of life. It's just every single map you do, regardless of if you find Nico or if um, if you use Nico mission, you don't have to do any of that. You just always get sulfite, no matter what map you're running. Just turn your brain off. You always get sulfite. So especially in red tier, it gives you 500, and obviously the sulfite scales, but it's huge, nice. And then all the travel nodes are additional Nico's chances. So you have a pretty good chance. In addition to the base chance, you got 4%, 1%, and then another 3%. So 8% on top of the base chance to get, essentially free Nico's missions every time you complete. Pretty awesome. I'm on the fence about these Harbinger nodes. The Harbinger boss, I think the additional, like these travel nodes aren't that great, because it bumps it up from 5% on an additional to 20%, but it's a lot of travel nodes. And then the powerful Harbinger boss, 25 is pretty high, especially because you get one every boss. So this is 1 in 4 maps you get the Harbinger boss, and I think it has around 4 to 6 times the amount of mobs. So it could be worth, especially because it gives you access to these inner ones, which are probably the best travel nodes on the tree. It's 1% quant, 5% rarity, and then you could potentially pick up basically free essences, and then 10% not to wilt, essentially for free because it's only 2 points. Um, but I'm on the fence about the Harbinger boss. I'm not sure because it might end up taking too much time and the drops might not be good enough um, for 4 points. But I think either way, even before I meddle with that, I'm probably gonna come and get these strong boxes. Essentially, this is just 10% quant for strong boxes and then 60% total for Debris and Arcanist, which is the currency one, which is honestly my favorite because it just explodes into currency, which is always fun. And then this last one here just guarantees that strong boxes just duplicate the currency items, which seems correct. So I think the map ones kind of sucks because the cartographer strong boxes, I haven't had like a really good experience with them. Usually they just drop like maps like of the tier or lower. What I've found, it's not great. The divination ones are pretty sick, um, but there's a lot of variance in divination cards, so I don't know. I'd rather just dupe the currency and save these 3 points for something else. And then if I'm still, after specking probably the delve nodes, probably these currency nodes, if I still don't have a 6 link or enough for a 6 link, I gotta come grab these rogue nodes. Because rogue exiles also have a pretty good chance of dropping a 6 link, and this gives you an 8% chance on each map for basically free 20 rogue exiles, and on top of that is 20% for them to appear in pairs. So could be basically could be a lot of juice for free. This is essentially a free like sextant mod from the last ones. And then so we have all of the delve nodes probably. I think these are the only ones I'm going to be taking. These, and these. In addition to pathing through here, I think these are a waste. Um, I think probably I focus on the abyss nodes now. So run up here. I think that this is insane. This node here. These are all 1% abyss, which is either good or completely worthless, depending on. I'm probably going to be spamming just 2 chaos abyss every map, but we'll see. 20% chance for abyss jewels in the area to have 5 or 6 mods and be corrupted. So that's 1 or 2 corrupted implicits, and then the full 4 mods. Additionally, the abyss jewels have they're smart rolled, like talismans were for a couple leagues before Chris said these are too strong. So if you get an abyss jewel from the trove, it uses that well rolled system. And if you're rolling 5 to 6 mods, 20% of the chance, and you usually get anywhere from I think it's like 1 to 3 different abyss jewels from a trove. You're going to be hitting that 20% chance a lot of the times, and it's going to be getting well rolled. So I think this node's pretty insane, especially because Abyss is on the map atlas, the atlas thing. And then next I'd come down here, and this is just map boss drops higher rarity, and then this is the real juice is all the unique bosses all drop a basic currency item, which is guaranteed. It's not great, it's not terrible, but it's free essentially because you're just getting it. But the real juice is 20% for free dupe, because the twinned prophecy is no longer in the game. This is going to be one of the few ways to get it other than just rolling it on one of the mods. And duping map bosses just dupes the loot and the experience everything, so pretty great. And then I think it's going to depend on what I want to do with the Abyss. I don't think I'm going to get these. The Awakened Depths are good, but again, I'm not even sure if I want to go spec into this because basically it's just going to drop. Uh, I mean, the actual mobs have a chance of dropping the gems, but they don't drop them well rolled. And then the Lich at the end drops, the Abyss loot like a Stygian Vice. And if you spec over here, you get a super high level Stygian Vice or any of the other really cool Abyss items. But honestly, playing in Trade League, I don't think I'm like really going to be hurting for a Stygian Vice. And I might even just be running in the Lightning Strike Raider, just running around with a heavy belt to get the strength requirement for a while. So I think I'd probably skip these nodes at the start, maybe come back to them, but I think there's better stuff to get. I think these are good. This is just 30% juice for the abysses, and then 1% for 2% pack size on the map. Usually going to be like, anywhere from 20 to 30%, right? because usually what 40 to 60 on back size, maybe more. So huge amounts of chance. This is basically guaranteeing an abyss like every 4 or 5 maps, on top of the base chance and stuff. So probably every 4 maps guaranteed. But if I'm using the map craft anyways, because it's only 2C, and if it's dropping, corrupted gaze jewels, it's gonna be more than worth 2C just to slam it every time. Then I might not take this. But if I end up, if this ends up giving you random ones, and then you don't get to choose, then instead of like saving 2C every time, I'll probably just always do um, either the random one it gives me, or like the if it gives you like anything from the harvest ones, then you can pick some better nodes. Or because you don't have to pay 3C, might as well just take this for 10% quant, and then Fortune Favors the Brave can roll either like Harbinger or Abyss. So Fortune is, pretty good this league anyways. What else? I think that was mostly it as far as like the initial juice. So this is just where I wanted to take it. Yeah. And then 50 points left. Obviously, 15 of those points are from the endgame bosses, plus the Maven Crucible and stuff. So I'm not even sure how many of those I get. I'll probably get like 5 out of them. So I want to end this with like 10 points left over, and I might not even get all the maps because some of the uniques are kind of hard to hunt down. So maybe, I don't know, Legion probably. Um, so probably spec into Legion. So this gives you bunch of chance for it to be duped. 4% on a Legion. Now Legion isn't on the map device or anything, so you either have to use a Scarab um, or just randomly roll it on the 4% plus the base chance. So it's going to be depending on if I want to, how much Legion Scarabs cost. Do I want to buy them? And is it worth just gambling on the 4%? Probably not. I think there's better things I can gamble 4% are like Shaper maps and Guardian maps and stuff. But if the scarabs end up being cheap, it's probably worth going into. And because I'm a boomer, I take the make Legion super easy node, and then two additional sergeants, free rewards, juice here. Um, Probably Kaori just because I probably want the jewel they drop for lightning strike. I could probably use that because it gives you a ton of strength. And these lethal pride, and then come here and grab the free warhorde and maybe the general, but yeah, I don't know. I'm usually not good enough to kill both generals, so uh, yeah, I don't know. These travel notes are really good, but you already get it from this. And then if the Eater Worlds is fun, I know it's not a bossing build, but I don't know. Maybe take some of these nodes. Probably not Syndicate because this messes up your betrayal thing anyways. That's pretty good. Yeah, I think after there's 29 points. So I think either there's two options. Either I go for, so we're currently spec'd into Abyss, Delve, free Strongboxes, free Harbingers, and Legion. So I think the two options would be get the Harbinger boss, and then get all 3 of these nodes for Quant, and then maybe, I think the essences are going to be crap, but just because everyone's going to be taking this, plus the guaranteed essence, plus the triple, plus the dupe, um, which is like 6 seconds, mostly going to be 6 essences, every couple maps, and they're going to be upgraded. So I think this might be worthless. I don't know, but you're already here, and you can take this and this. And I hate harvest, but I mean, 2% chance for have them not wilt is pretty crazy for 2 points. I mean, sorry, a 10% chance, and then for 2 points is pretty insane. Um, the last one would probably be coming up here and grabbing the 2% for Elder Guardian map on killing tier 14 plus bosses. And then I don't think I'm going to probably kill the Elder Shaper, but maybe. And does that mean the base Elder can drop a Watcher's Eye? You don't have to kill Uber Elder? So that could be good if I kill that, but I'm probably not going to be bossing much. So it's just mostly for the 2% chance. This is a lot of one, two, three, essentially four nodes just completely wasted to get 2%, and then another 4% here to drop a Elder Guardian, a Shaper Guardian. So you have 4% for Elder Guardian, 2% for Shaper Guardian. Pretty good when I'm farming reds, because they sell for a lot, and it's not hard to sell. And maybe get the Maven stuff. This makes Mavens a lot easier to fill up. 10% chance to get basically double your Maven. It can be a little scary if my build's kind of crap. Probably won't take this just because you can't like purposely pick easy bosses for the Crucible. And then just running over here to grab this, which is 25% increased chance of Awakened Support Gem. Maybe, but I'm probably not going to have all of these points. So I'm probably going to either have to drop these, or yeah. I think I'll probably do Legion last, and then spec into, I'd probably get this before Legion, all this before Legion, but I think I'd probably get Legion before I got all of these. So this would probably be the last, is run up and get these. And yeah, I mean, that's pretty much the tree I'm probably going to shoot for. I don't think I'm going to need to respec it. Um, and I think you'd actually want a path like this. Hang on. Like this, just because the 2% mods on the map is better than half a chance for map drops to be duplicated. I think at this point you're going to have plenty of map drops, so I wouldn't go up that way. I'd just come around here after getting the Legion stuff, because you're going to be pathing here to get Legion stuff anyways, but it might also be worth to get like Eater World stuff there, Eater World stuff there. There's no way to get guaranteed um, other than Scarabs for the breaches, and the Uber breaches kind of suck, so I don't know how good this is going to be anyways. So I think this is pretty much where I want to go with it. And then I can come and check back after the league, see what worked, see what didn't work. But this looks pretty sick. I'm pretty excited to play with this. I think it's going to feel a lot better mapping. Just every time you complete another objective, as opposed to just getting a 1% of the bar, you actually get a point to just the act of clicking it and putting it in to a skill tree. It's just going to be a nice dopamine hit. So I think it's going to be a good league, even if the actual league mechanic is kind of whatever, and they didn't add any skills, whatever. I know the skill I'm playing is good, so I'm not too concerned. But hopefully it'll be a good league, and I'm glad I got all this prepped. I got a couple lightning strike different builds I'm looking at, so I'm probably gonna finagle with that my own, and I'm not gonna post that. I'm just gonna play it, and that's it. That's all I wanted to do for the Atlas passives here.